Little Wi-Fi.
Hey,
Hey.
is it working now?
Yeah, I had to switch to Wi-Fi in my little office. I get a bad signal. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Definitely never done this,
My hair,
done the live, and
my hair
I'm
grew
really like overnight.
like overnight. So I'm just telling people all day long, this is how to do it right here.
Right?
Right on.
Oh, that's
Well,
great.
thank you for having me on here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day and life and all that you got going on, school and what have you, to just have me on. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yeah, this is a practice for my public speaking class. That's no,
There
but
you go. There you go.
but thank you. And I know how busy you are, and so much going on, and that's kind of what I think we should talk about. And I mean, just a lot of excitement, a lot of great things happening. But like I was telling you, a lot of people in my network, my friends, and stuff like that, they don't. People in our community know that we know each other and who we are, but my friends don't know you. So I wanted to introduce everyone to you, and I'd love to. I know you've said it many times, but I'd love to have you tell your story, your kind of background, and kind of in network marketing and this and that, and then we'll kind of get into the fun stuff and talk about Hempworx. But I just think it's important to
Yeah, yeah.
hear your backgrounds and let everyone know, hey, it's you're a real person.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a real person for sure, and so are you. So, for those of you that don't know, Josh Lacey and I have been good friends in in and out of Facebook. Really, I mean, we met on Facebook just through online, just doing different, projects, and I mean, man, we have started from the bottom. Like literally, we
Yeah.
started from the bottom. I mean, we got stories for days, which I don't know how many of you guys want to hear all of our stories, but we met online and just connected, and we've run Facebook groups together. We've done a lot of different kinds of different projects together, and Josh has always impressed me because he's a leader with that heart. He's got a big heart for people, and his passion for helping people is just what's made it all possible for us as a company as well. So thank you for being my friend first and foremost, and secondly for being in our team and helping the company grow. And it was awesome to meet you last year in convention and all of that. So I know I'm going to see you again next month for our second convention.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's going to
can't
be a
wait.
lot of fun. For sure. So, yeah, I'll just start out real quick by just saying my brief history, my story, I guess. And I always laugh about this because my story is like super long, but I'm gonna just condense it for time's sake. But you guys, I started out as a regular network marketer, just like Josh, and just like how many of you guys are. Some of you are maybe his friends or in different industries, but we started out in the network marketing industry and just as regular affiliates. Back in 2014, I signed up just the way everybody else signs up, just use my own credit card. I was in debt at the time and was afraid to swipe it for that, initial $300 to get involved in our business. And you guys, my first week in sales, I did about $3,600 in commissions. And at that time, I knew that what we had was something very special. Now, that was back in 2014. It was also around the same time that I started getting really sick. And my hair was falling out, which is kind of funny because I got my wig on today. I actually have hair under this. It's just not that long. And my health began to decline to the point where I was exhausted waking up in the morning. And back then I was only 28. So I knew that I wasn't, it wasn't from old age why I was so tired. It was from poor health. And the doctors basically told me there's nothing we can do for you. What you have is rare and it's incurable. So good luck. And I said, okay, well, then I'm going to look into some alternate methods. I'm going to try and fix my lifestyle, make some changes and look into a more holistic approach to kind of tackle my health. And so from 2014 to 16, I just tried to change my diet. And as many of you guys know how hard that can be, I did the best job that I could have, but I was still getting cross contamination problems from just going to restaurants. Ordering on the gluten-free menu doesn't necessarily mean you're getting gluten-free food. So I was continually getting sick every time I would eat food, which, you know, was a lot of drama for sure. So in 2016, Josh and I got married. We moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, where they had a medical marijuana program for medical reasons. And now it's, of course, recreational. And now I know a lot of people confuse hemp and marijuana, so don't get confused when I say that. But I was not a pothead before I got into this industry. I was not a smoker of marijuana or anything like that. In fact, my brother got in trouble for being in the marijuana industry before, you know, it was not federally legal, but it was legal in California. So he got in trouble, and I was like, well, I'm not doing that. But until I got sick, I was looking for an alternate, you know, solution. So I started looking into it, and I got my medical marijuana card. And the first thing that I tried was CBD oil. And I just tried the kind that came from the dispensary. It was just whatever they had. It was mixed with sunflower seed oil and some other proprietary whatever was in it. And you guys, at this time, I was day 4 of a migraine, and I just remember, like, I'll just try anything. I don't even care. And I tried it, and it was okay. You know, it diminished my pain a little bit, but I wasn't that impressed. And I thought to myself, well, then CBD maybe is like okay, maybe it doesn't work that well. I don't know. And it wasn't until another year later in 2017, which is when Josh Lacey and I linked up back again. And I said, by the way, I found something that actually works, and I want to tell you about it. But before that, you guys, Josh, my husband, also the CEO and founder of My Daily Choice, the parent company of Hempworx, he came home with samples from a farm in Kentucky, and he said, listen, I know you're the sick one in the family, so let's try it on you first. And the first products that I tried from this farm in Kentucky, these hemp products, were the skincare line that we now have, which was the Renew Cream and the Revive. And I had a lot of blemishes on my face before I started using these products. I would get cystic kind of blemishes that were painful and embarrassing. There were times I didn't want to leave the house because I couldn't cover it up with makeup. And you know, if you understand how that's like, it sucks for sure. So I was like, let me try the skincare first, because I already tried the oil a year ago and it was like, all right. But I was blown away. Like, I felt like my skin was changing before my eyes. And so because the skincare worked, I was like, well, let me try the oil. Maybe the oil works too. Because whatever's in this stuff is magic. And I wanted to know. So I started taking the 750 peppermint oil. And within the first 7 days, I would say, even before that, 2 to 7 days, it was pretty immediate. I noticed a big change. My energy was coming back. I could go out to eat, and I noticed no side effects after I was eating. And I began to feel like a normal person again. And you guys, if you ever been sick with a cold, and then, you know, a few days later after you're healthy again, you're just celebrating how great you feel. I felt like my health was restoring, you know, and there was light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, that was such a game changer that I said, if it works for me and my body was a train wreck, then it has to work for other people. So let's find out. And I began to give samples away just for free to my close friends and family in exchange for their testimonies. And I just wanted to know, like, is it going to work for you too? Or is this all in my head? You know? And I gave it away to my friends and family, the sickest people that I could find, really. I gave the product to, and they came back with the same kind of experience, which was, this is phenomenal, and I will never stop taking this product. And at that point in time, I realized, okay, I have to go on a bigger scale. I got to get this out to people because the people need it, you know? And so I went to Josh and I said, hey, we got to put these products in My Daily Choice. And he's like, you're crazy, because we're not doing MLM and CBD. Like, could you imagine a field day for the government, right? He was like, that's like high risk on top of high risk. There's no way we can do it. And I said, fine, I'll do it myself. And so he's like, maybe we could do like another website. I said, fine. I don't really need to have affiliates and all that anyway. I really just want to get this product out to people. So it started as just a customer website. Shopify, just very easy, simple to do. I stayed up one night, Photoshop, I created the logo. I thought of Hempworx because our hemp works, and then an X because it's cool. And it was a matter of a week. We launched the Hempworx brand, and it just went from 5 orders a day to 100 orders a day in that amount of time. Like, it was so fast. So that was in March of 2017. And at that time, we knew that this was going to be really, really big. and that we had to get some fulfillment set up. We had to plan ahead to expand our operations. So I went back to Josh and I said, are you sure we can't put this in MDC? Because if we do, we're going to crush it and the whole world is going to change. And like, we have to do this. And he said, okay, let me see what I can do. So he goes back to the drawing board, restructures things, and he says, yeah, we can do it. So May 15th, I messaged Josh Lacey, right? And I messaged just a few people, like 10 people. And I said, this is what we're doing. We're gonna launch Hempworx into My Daily Choice. We're gonna pay people 85% in the comp plan. We're gonna pay them every Thursday. And do you want to be involved with us? And at the time, you were kind of like network marketing. I don't know, like kind of. Let me see. And then I was like, "Are you sure?" And you said, "Yes." Okay, if you're doing it, I'm in. And I was like, "All right, let's do this. Let's get a game plan together and make it happen." So that is kind of our story, you guys. And in that year, so from May 15th, 2017 until now, we pretty much doubled numbers every single month for almost a year straight. You guys, we went from 0 to 10 million a month inside of a year. We created $100 million brand inside of a year, almost, just almost outside of a year, actually. But that's kind of unheard of, not only in the network marketing space, but also in the marketing or in the cannabis industry as well. So long story short, we created a big stink on the internet, and we quickly became the #1 cannabis purchaser in the United States in just that short amount of time. And the rest is really history. So that's kind of my story and how we kind of got into Hempworx. And which leads me to my next point. Why is Hempworx different? Everybody wants to know, why are you guys different? Why is Hempworx better than, this brand or this banner? I'll tell you why. For one, we use CO2 extraction. That's a slower method of extraction. It's a safer method of extraction. We're not using ethanols. We're not using solvents or different kind of chemicals. We're not putting any chemicals in the product. It's organic. We aren't mixing and trying to, make proprietary blends to dilute our product. There's no fillers. There's no fluff. Our full spectrum 500 or 750 milligram oil has a pure 700 or 500 cannabinoids in it, mixed with a hemp seed oil. And that's something that we do different than a lot of people do, but we believe that the cannabis belongs in the cannabis oil. So that's why it's in that way. The other thing that we use is a fresh lock drying system. So a lot of times in cannabis, the plant starts to mold after it's harvested. If you've ever been to a dispensary, smell it. And if you smoke or whatever, and that's on the other side, I understand, don't get confused. But a lot of times these plants are molding. How come ours don't is because we have a fresh lock drying system. So from harvest to being sealed, vacuum sealed, it takes 4 minutes. So we're not hanging our plants in our garage to dry, which is what a lot of growers will tell you is how they do it. So not only that, we have all third-party testing and documentation. We have a certificate of analysis. We do toxicity testing and mold testing just to make sure that every batch is quality. And I think that's kind of unheard of in our industry, in the CBD industry right now, just because it's so new and the regulations haven't just all come out yet. Our proprietary genetics, I think, is the difference between our product and others. You may have tried several different CBD oils before and maybe have gotten no results, but if you try ours, it's going to be probably a different experience just because of the quality that's put into the product. Also, our facilities are FDA compliant. We have partnered with the University of Kentucky in the pilot program through the 2014 Hemp Farm Bill Act, and now they're in court now working on the 2018 Farm Bill Act, which we are in the pilot program for, which is another kind of big difference for us as well. So that's the Hempworx difference, and the proof's in the pudding. I mean, if you just type Hempworx testimonials in Google now, a year later, you're going to get a flood of information. I mean, we grew a Facebook group. You remember, it started out as a Hempworx testimonials group. It went from 0 people to over 200,000 people in a year. And it was just people just sharing testimonies. I mean, literally. So you take that and you put it into a company like My Daily Choice that has the ability to launch any kind of brand, and you pay people up to 85%. You pay them weekly, you pay them monthly, you give them leadership check matching, you give them a car bonus, you give them rank bonuses where you just get a lump sum of cash. You put that all together, and I think you've got a pretty special company and opportunity to kind of lead the way in not only the cannabis movement, but also in the network marketing movement as well. I mean, we're in a multi-billion-dollar industry now where distributors all over the world are getting paid $200 million a day out in commissions. It's just insane. I mean, the amount of growth that's happening every 10 seconds, somebody is starting a home-based business. And if you join our business in the cannabis industry, literally all you have to say is, oh, by the way, I'm the person that's got access to this. And that advertising is kind of already done for you, which is, amazing. Thank you to the news and the media and everything that's just happening now. So that's the Hempworx difference. That's my story. So yeah.
And it all started with one website and a few people.
That's all it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different leaders out there now in our company. We've grown significantly, but
Yeah.
what stands out to me most about working with Josh is that he doesn't question things. He just says, you know what, if you're going to do it, I'm going to commit to it. And I remember I'm like, Josh, I know you're a student, so you can read books, and I like made you read books. And but just to be able to
Good
see the
books.
development in not only your business but in your personal life as well has been just amazing for me to witness and be a part of as well. So thanks for being with us for sure along this journey.
Oh, and thank you, and the same to you. It's awesome. It's just not just a business. I mean, it's real friendships, real. It's uh, we get real testimonies from some people with some pretty sad stories. So it's I just love it. Like and basically whenever you pretty much started it and asked me, told me about it, then once I started seeing some of those testimonies, I was like, okay, yeah, I am in. And another
Yeah.
reason I followed you because, I mean, when we first met, were so like-minded, and you knew you had, you know, you knew social media and branding and some of the things that I lack, and I learned from just some YouTube videos, and that's how I kind of contacted you. Didn't expect you to contact me back really, but when you did, it's like, hey, call me. Called you, and we just started talking, and uh, so that's why I don't. That's why I don't question you because you do what works, and we simplified it. So that's why I do what you say because it works. Obviously, we've created, you know, a lot of success. And as you were saying, now a year later, we have all these top leaders coming into the company, from other companies, they're joining Hempworx for a reason, and
Yeah, and it's amazing is the fact that it doesn't just work for people, it works for dogs and cats, and your dog isn't going to lie about a product for a sale. So if there are
right.
reservations on that whole MLM side, it's like, fine, we have video proof of dogs that can barely walk that are now getting on our products, that are scheduled to be put down to sleep, that their owners are changing their mind and giving Hempworx a chance. I mean, it's like night and day to have a crippled dog that can't move to a brand new puppy within a week. I mean, that's just insane. Just results. And not only that, this is the easiest product I think that we've ever sold
Oh,
in
absolutely.
terms of how we're selling it, which it sells itself. And it's the kind of product where people are chasing you down for, not where you have to go now to your friends and family and beg them to try your product for 30 days. It's kind of been a nice shift where we're just servicing people now instead of having to chase after them and recruit them and all of that. So it's just been a phenomenal experience, and just I wouldn't say short time working together, because we've been working together for a few years now, but just to be able to say that you were here at the beginning, I think is just massive, because anybody that is now joining us now, it's not too late. I mean, it would have been better that you joined a year ago, but if you're joining us now, it's still not too late. According to Forbes magazine, um, the cannabis industry alone is going to be growing up to 700% by 2020. So now is still the time to get involved in this movement. I mean, if you saw the gold rush, this is the green rush, and I don't think there's going to be another time in our lifetimes where this opportunity is going to be available. So everything that's happening in this company and nationwide and even now worldwide, you have other countries that are kind of paying attention now. We're at the forefront of massive momentum, and industry experts have said you guys are doing phenomenal. However, you have not hit momentum yet. You guys are in pre-momentum, which is just hard to believe that it's still the beginning. It's still ground floor. And if you're watching this video, please get back to Josh Lacey or get back to the person that shared this video or invited you to watch this video, because tomorrow is our cutoff. Every Thursday, our marketing system goes to work for us, which is the other half of the reason why we've been so successful. We have a follow-up system that's already in place for you, so that when you do become an affiliate, you get a website, you get your capture pages, you get your marketing system, your contact manager, you can manage your leads, you can manage your team, you get a full marketing system that's included, and it only costs $20 to be an affiliate with, buy a product, of course, because we say every customer or every affiliate must be a customer. We don't, because how else are you going to talk about the product if you're not actually using it yourself? $20 to become an affiliate. You lock in your position. You can upgrade your position tomorrow. And the momentum of the company that we're having now is already going to work for you. You're going to see in the top left-hand corner of that tour page, after you opt in, the genealogy of what is happening in your team already. It's already being built for you. You just have to lock in your position. And also, I encourage you to watch that video on the other side of that after you opt in, because it's going to give you the background. It's going to give you more information on the products and our other products that we have available. And then, of course, after that, you want to give Josh or whoever invited you to this video a call so that you can get your game plan set up to take things to the next level. So, Josh, it's been real. Thank you so much for having me on. Please, you guys, share this video for Josh. Share this video and get the news out there, because you don't know whose life you could be saving or changing just by doing that. So I'm going to hand it back to you to close us out.
Yeah, so true. And I put in the description my link to take a free tour. That's all you got to do. You log in, you put in your info, and then you get to see the information all for free. Make your own choice, and you get to work with me and her. I mean, how cool is that? The founder, the top, with the CEO and me, and we're doing it, and it couldn't be easier. But once again, I just wanted to thank you, and I will see you in October. I can't wait, and also looking forward to doing a live with your hubby. So we're figuring out a time for that, and we're going to talk about where we're going from here. So looking forward to that. Thank you again, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
That's right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys for hopping on. We'll see you on our next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.